So here's another video by Vance Boelter. I think he says that he pronounced Boelter as Boelter. Let's take a listen.
Hello, my name is Vance Boelter. I just go by Vance. No other names that I use. I live in Greenville, Minnesota, about an hour away from the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. I'm affiliated with 2 funeral homes. I work full-time for Wolf Funeral Home, which is an intake location for about 6 funeral homes. And we also do all the intake for the National Cremation Society and the Neptune Society for all their cremation customers as well. So I mainly do removals at this point. So I work at Wolf full time, and then I also work for another funeral home called Metro First Call, and they also do traditional removals at nursing homes, assisted living apartments, but they also have contracts with medical examiner's office. So like one contract is the Hennepin County Medical Examiner's Office, so we'll do removals, which we're working with a lot of police officers and death investigators at the location where a decedent is found. Could be a crime scene or just a natural death, and our role is to just take the decedent from that place of death to the medical examiner's office. And so between those 2 locations, I'm working about 6 days a week. What else here? Family and pets. I have a wife and 5 kids, and we have 2 pets, German Shepherds. Fun fact about myself, I've been in the food industry about 30 years, and that led to an opportunity. I was invited to the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is located in Central Africa. When I was in high school, the country was called Zaire. That's a little bit more familiar with people, but it's the largest, second largest country in Africa, right in the middle, in the center there, and was asked a couple of years ago to go and see what I could do for ideas on helping their food supply system. Their population is about 100 million people, and they import 80% of their food currently. So some of the food companies I worked for in the past were Farm to Fork, like Del Monte Foods and Golden Plump Poultry, where we did everything from, at Del Monte, we planted the products to harvested them to process them and then shipped them out. In Golden Plump Poultry, we had our own hatcheries, grow out barns with the farmers, and then processing plants. So between those 2 companies, I have some experience with agriculture, and so over in the Democratic Republic of Congo, I had some ideas they thought were pretty promising, which the company I was working for at the time wasn't interested in doing anything in Africa, so I talked with my wife, and we decided I just put in my 2-week notice, and we just go off on our own to try to do these projects to help out in Africa. So we're doing farming and fishing projects in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and to help pay the bills, I just started working at a funeral home because the shift worked good for my schedule with the other things I was doing, and that led to some classes at DMAC, which led to this course, so just learning more about the funeral industry, and I think that covers everything, and I will look forward to seeing you in class, and we'll go from there.
So, impressive resume, right? He's seen the world, seen it all, and yet he still wasn't happy. There is still something dead on the inside. He's an anti-gay psychopath, right? Anti-gay, MAGA psychopath. He's a MAGAt. He's a Christian. He calls himself a Christian nationalist. So let's see what we got here. It says that he's the CEO of the private security firm, the Red Lion Group. And then he also says he's got all these, classes at college. Says he was talking about a funeral home. He's saying that he worked at 2 funeral homes, cremation and some other shit. So he's been seeing dead bodies on top of dead bodies, right? And then it says he works at Nestle, Del Monte, Tesoro, Marathon Speedway, 7-Eleven. He's worked in operations, technical services, quality services, continuous improvement. That's corporate kind of talk. Well, what are you doing? Just quality services. So you're making farm products? He says he's worked for all these different companies and that he was in Zaire and was trying to do something in Zaire, population 100 million. So Did he flip his lid, or did he finally just actualize into his full final self? Was he in his full final form? And then where is he? Where is he? Is he still in Minnesota? He's driving around in a cop car dressed like a cop. Killed one Democrat lawmaker, killed her husband, shot another Democrat lawmaker up and his wife. So 2 dead, 2 injured. Had a manifesto that he was going to shoot other Democrats. And this is on No Kings protest day. So he's ruining my No Kings protest day. Fucking prick.